up, y'all? Welcome in. Rivals Down South, youtube.com/Watch Stadium. I hope that everyone's having a wonderful Friday. I know I am very excited to be here. It is championship weekend for the CFB. Mike, I'm not just trying to get you a little hot and frisky with me chest hair, okay? If you notice the details, this is a Jungle Cruise Tommy Bahama. And your boy's going to Disney with the family come Sunday. A little Sunday to Sunday action. So catch me on the Jungle Cruise in the Jungle Cruise TB. SEC Mike, what's happening, dog?
Yeah, you're going to need a vacation, T-Bob, after this wild weekend of college football. I think we could be getting 3-4 classics here. College football playoff poll coming out on Sunday. I cannot wait to see what happens. And there's going to be chaos. I'm guaranteeing it.
Absolute chaos. And look, here we sit 24 hours away here on Rivals. Like, it's all championship week, and we'll give our championship picks, of which you should probably trust mine, given that I am the regular season Rivals Down South pick champion against all odds. But look, we talk SEC here, okay? I'm literally talking to a man, SEC Mike, host of that SEC podcast, the highest rated podcast on SEC podcast on Apple. And we are now 24 hours away. I've broken this game down constantly with Georgia people this week, whether it's like Aaron Murray, David Pollack. I've broken it down with Alabama people on this show with AJ McCarron, right? And both sides are trying to play a little possum right now, Mike, right? Both sides, because they want it so badly. Like, and we all know this. When you love a team, their deficiencies loom larger to you than they do others, right? Like, love and hate are very thinly divided. So let's get us to, as impartial observers, how do you feel? Give me a very generic outlook. Who do you give the advantage to in tomorrow's game? Your early scouting report?
Almost no edge to anybody. And that's not because there's weaknesses galore or anything, but because there's strengths galore, T-Bob. Now, you would lean heavily towards Alabama is the fact that they've got a quarterback that, if he was a running back, and I'm not trying to slight his arm because, heck, he just won him the Iron Bowl. He won him the Texas A&M game, but he may be the best running back in the country. Carson Beck, he's got an elite arm, but he's not the runner that Jalen Milroe is. That's kind of the biggest advantage I think one team has over another. The pocket breaks down. One quarterback can kill you. The other one can just extend the play a little bit. Two elite defenses, two elite coaches, weapons galore. I think we're heading toward an all-time classic here Saturday for the SEC championship.
Yeah, how about this? So earlier this week, AJ McCarron thinking Kirby Smart when saying that Jalen Milroe was like Lamar Jackson and runs it so well and whatnot, thinks that he was even going to a level of subterfuge that he believes that he's trying to subconsciously influence Milroe to want to try and prove that he can throw the ball instead of taking off and running. That's the level of mind games. And AJ's played for both Kirby Smart and Nick Saban, right? That's the level of mind games that we have going on right now. As far as on the field, Alabama running back Jason McClellan going to be out with a foot injury. And it's kind of interesting because McClellan's definitely solid, right? Very good even. But he doesn't maybe shine as bright given the backdrop of Alabama running backs that we've seen in this Saban 15-year run. How big of an impact do you think it's going to have with no Jace McClellan?
It's going to add pressure to Jalen Milroe, which is why it is such a added bonus that he can run because, he's been outstanding the last several weeks there for Alabama in that running rotation, and he ain't going to play. So you're throwing more pressure on Jalen Milroe, but the thing is, he just keeps getting better and better and better. 2 months ago, T-Bob, we didn't even know if this man would ever see the field again. They wouldn't play him against South Florida in a game they desperately needed a spark. Yet here, I think, I know this is blasphemous to you, but I think if Alabama wins, if Jalen Milroe has a big game, I would put him up for the Heisman Trophy because I don't think Jayden Daniels done anything near as impressive as beating Georgia Bulldogs.
You're okay. Okay, it's very clear. I get it. We're a show. We're generating interaction. You're trolling me. Like, you're trying to I'll step in here. I'm in a good mood. I got the Jungle Cruise Tommy B on family vacay coming up. I'm freaking excited for championship weekend, the bittersweet ending of SEC on CBS. And you come in here with an argument so absurd as that Jalen Milroe should be the Heisman winner for beating Auburn on a 4th and 31 Hail Mary to the corner of the end zone. What are we talking about, Mike? What? No,
I'm saying if he beats Georgia. If he beats Georgia.
No, I don't give a damn what you're saying. I don't care. Why? And for what?
Because Jayden Daniels is sitting at home, and he's not beating a team with a pulse this season. I mean, he didn't beat Alabama.
Okay.
He didn't beat Ole Miss.
You're right. He didn't win on the road in Como. Yeah, you're right. You're right about that. All right. See, here is the problem, is that what Mike is doing right now, far too many people think that way. Do you recognize how dumb that is? That doesn't, Mike. Jayden Daniels is not just the best football player this year. He's having one of the best quarterback seasons we've ever seen of all time. Mike, how about this? Have you seen the chart comparing Jayden Daniels and Bo Nix to every Heisman winning quarterback since 1971? Have you seen
pretty impressive. It's impressive stuff, no doubt.
Pretty impressive. Look, I know you're from Tennessee, but do you have a lack of grasp of the English language? Pretty impressive. I think magnificent, mind-boggling, stupendous, stellar. Okay. First off, here's Jade's numbers
against all these jokes of a teams.
Okay, that's cool, right? Okay. Oh, perfect. Thank you, Mike. Dan, give me the top 50 defense chart, okay? Hey, let's look at Bo Nix versus top 50 defenses. Let's look at Michael Penix, and let's look at Jayden Daniels against top 50 defenses, since apparently Jayden's just been stacking these numbers against bad teams. Oh, wait, Mike, what's going on here? You're telling me that Jayden Daniels played 6 games against top 50 defenses and averaged nearly 400 yards a game, scored 19 touchdowns? What is my math off? That's over 3 touchdowns a game? Okay, oh wait, you're telling me Bo Nix only had 2 such challenges and yet only averaged 320 and 3? And then Michael Penix had 4 and, 250 and 2.5 touchdowns? Wait, so not only does Jayden have better volume numbers, he's played a much harder schedule, and he's done better against the hardest teams. And then how about this? Since 1971, there has never been a Heisman Trophy winning quarterback that has had a higher yards adjusted yards per attempt, that has had a higher passer rating, or that has had a higher yards per carry. And he's 3rd in total yards. So think about that. Passer rating, that's an efficiency metric. He's higher than anybody's ever been, 208. There's only one other player breaking 200, and it's Joe Burrow, okay? Yards per attempt, the ultimate efficiency and explosivity metric. Yards per attempt, not completion, attempt. He's over 13, Mike. Pushing the ball downfield, no check down Charlie BS. He's got the volume with the total yards per game. And then at the end of the day, he's also just better at running the ball than anyone we've ever seen, over 8 yards a carry. Get the hell out of here. All of that with 6 top 50 defenses that he faced on the schedule this year. Yeah, you are punishing this man for the sins of Matt House, Mike. That is wrong. I know you're upset because Joe Milton was a bust, but don't drag me down into hell with you. Chill out,
those 3
Sam
quarterbacks
Raimi.
we just showed there, T-Bob. Only one of them sitting his ass at home this weekend, championship weekend. And it ain't Bo Nix, and it ain't Michael Penix. It's your beloved Jayden Daniels, where, racking up all these numbers against garbage teams. Texas A&M already fired their coach.
That's not true. I just told you he against top of the defense. Yeah. Texas A&M's a garbage defense. What did Tennessee do against Texas A&M's garbage defense?
Right all over him, T-Bob. Over 200 rushing yards. Come on.
Oh, my God. I did not, of all the things, A2, Mike, here I am thinking that you're the SEC guy. And here I am thinking you would want Jayden Daniels to win the Heisman, and yet you might as well hand the award to Bo Nix. You cover enough football. You know that win-loss is a flawed quarterback statistic. True or false? What did Jayden Daniels do to lose those games?
Yeah, I mean, that is true. I'll give you that. Win-loss shouldn't affect it. But, heck, if Bo Nix wins it, I think the SEC gets half credit because we all know that he started in the SEC. Auburn gets half credit for that Heisman if Bo Nix wins it here at Oregon. But, again, you have avoided the question of Jalen Milroe. If he gets red hot, scores 5-6 touchdowns against Georgia, something that Jayden Daniels, the mighty Jayden Daniels, has not even done. Has he won him a ball game like a 4th and 31 with on the road in an Iron Bowl? No, he's not done anything to that level. So I give it to the hot hand, and that would be Jalen Milroe if he can lead Alabama to a win on Saturday night.
I don't have my Apple Watch on. Am I having a heart attack or am I angry? I can't. I feel myself perspiring. I'm sweating. Okay, Mike. You talk about stacking stats against bad teams. Mm-hmm. Jalen Milroe, his good games are against the LSU defense, Kentucky, Chattanooga, and then a final play against Auburn. What are we talking about? And you want to give that man the greatest individual trophy in all of sports? If we were in the same studio right now, I would throttle you with my bare hands, and I would laugh as I watched the life seep out of your eyes, Mike. Get the hell out of here.
In the sport, T-Bob, Iron Bowl's going to live in infamy after Alabama wins this national championship here in a couple weeks.
Okay, I'll repeat myself. Jalen Milroe had good games against, I'll throw Tennessee in there. That's actually a pretty good defense. Tennessee, LSU's god-awful defense, Kentucky, Chattanooga, and Auburn. All right, I'm sorry. This whole segment got off the rails. We still got, we got 12-team playoff coming up next. We'll get into Petrino being back in Arkansas. We got our picks coming up. Congratulations. You've successfully trolled me into a heart attack, I believe, Mike. More Rivals Down South coming up next. Uh-oh, welcome back to Rivals Down South. If you are a Florida Gators fan, I hope you're sitting down. As Graham Mertz tweeted out a video announcing he is returning to Florida next year, saying one more year, #unfinished business. What could the business be? Is it to get bowl eligible? Perhaps, Mike? I think that'd be a fine goal for Sunbelt Billy next year. Get those Gators back to a bowl. Speaking of back, you know who else is back, Mike? How about it, dude? In a story that just couldn't be believed when I first saw it, but lo and behold, here we are. Bobby Petrino finally emerging from the woods and is back in Arkansas as their new offensive coordinator. How about it?
Yeah, it's one of those, T-Bob, when you find the news, you got to verify the accounts are real that are sharing the news. But no, I mean, I think this is the quickest I've ever seen a coach on the hot seat like Sam Pittman do a 180 and completely win back the fan base, bringing back Bobby Petrino. I've been stunned. I didn't realize how bad Arkansas fans wanted him back. And just real quick, T-Bob, just look what he did at A&M, even being hamstrung by Jimbo Fisher. Connor Wigman, Max Johnson, Jayden Henderson, all quarterbacks had to start for the Aggies this season, all had career seasons playing for Bobby Petrino. I think this is a home run hire for Arkansas.
It's a home run hire for nothing else. Like you said, the Arkansas fans are ecstatic, right? Like I broached this to some of my Arkansas friends, and I thought they'd be like, oh, kind of rolling their eyes at it. No, they're like, hell yeah, Petrino's back. And I kind of get it, right? I mean, last time he's there, we're talking about a 10-2 record in 2010, goes to the Sugar Bowl, 11-2, goes to the Cotton Bowl the year after that. They're actually top 5 replayed back in the day. So good memories. Kind of feels like Sam Pittman hired his replacement, though. Maybe interim head coach Bobby Petrino before long. So, look, like you said, Mike, championship weekend. We got the selection coming up Sunday. We're going to learn exactly where everything falls. In the future, not as much going to be on the line. We're at least still going to – well, that's not entirely true. The point is, in the future, we're going to see more teams have a chance to win a championship. And let's play with little 12-team hypotheticals, okay? Right now, number 9, Mizzou, and this is all kind of framed through, can you affect upsets in the college football playoff? And let's explore somebody like Mizzou and Ole Miss. So right now, Mizzou is the 9th seed, would have to travel on Tuscaloosa to take on the 8th seed Alabama. The winner of that would then get number 1 Georgia. Ole Miss would come in at the 11th seed. They would go face Ohio State, which, I mean, I can't help but talk about these things without getting excited. And the winner of that would go take on number 3 Washington. Mike, I don't know about the Mizzou path, but like, it's not hard to imagine a world where maybe Ole Miss catches a heater and could like fight through Ohio State and make things interesting against Washington. Like, that's pretty exciting.
Yeah, and that's kind of what is unique about this system, T-Bob. I mean, I was ready to go all in on Mizzou, given the last month of the season, how they have looked, but the path, that's critical here. And I think the path for Ole Miss is one to where they could advance in this college football playoff. We all know the SECs where the real teams play. I don't care what Ohio State's phony record is in the Big Ten, but I think this is what we get annually as SEC teams, maybe being a little bit of an undercard, maybe having to go on the road, but going further than expected. I think we're going to get that each and every year in this expanded playoff. I really do.
Well, and the great part about this is, you know, we're sitting here and we're arguing about one-loss teams, right? And I'm yelling about the eye test. And even though they have a subpar resume, why is Oregon still above Texas? Why are they still above Alabama? Just because you tell me they're better? Like, okay, whatever. Well, in this 12-team playoff, we don't have to worry about it anymore. Everybody's going to have a shot. Which coach you rather have Saturday? 64% answering Nick Saban thus far. Ooh, interesting, man. I'd take Kirby. Give me Vader over Obi-Wan at this point. I think you know, the circle is indeed now complete. And let's complete our picks as it's championship weekend. Friday night action tonight. Heisman on the line. SEC Heisman on the line. Damn you, Mike. Oregon, Washington. Who you got?
Yeah, I think Oregon's playing red hot. They should have beat Washington last time. It's questionable decisions by Dan Lanning. As long as he doesn't screw it up, give me Oregon in the rematch.
Questionable decisions, huh? Who was throwing the ball on those questionable decisions? Who didn't make the plays that needed to be played in order to win the game? Bo Nix. Mike, name me Bo Nix's biggest win in his career.
Beating Alabama, probably in the Iron Bowl.
Yeah. Okay. At Auburn. Years ago. He had one good chance this year. He blew it despite being the better team. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Okay, get the heck out of here, dude. Give me the Huskies. And I know all your analytics, all of Vegas, they all say Oregon's going to roll, and they're going to roll big. But guess what? Kalen DeBoer has been in these fights for a long time, and Michael Penix makes the plays where Bo Nix will not. Give me the Huskies. All right, Big 12. Look, Texas, okay? Oklahoma State wants to run the ball. Ollie Gordon's awesome. Texas is incredible at stopping the run. Give me the Longhorns with style points as well.
Right. You almost have to go Texas, the team that still has a outside shot at making the college football playoff. They may need some help, but I like Texas, and I like Texas big in this game.
Well, everything is indeed bigger over there. In the SEC championship, Alabama and Georgia evenly matched, but look, the disparity between the offenses is just too big. Georgia's complete. Carson Beck's more complete quarterback, better. They got more weapons. The Bulldogs offense makes a difference, and Kirby does. Give me Georgia.
Yeah, that makes all the sense in the world, T-Bob. And you know what? It doesn't make sense that Alabama's even in this game. Yet I like Jalen Milroe to pull out some more magic. He just pulled off a miracle in the Iron Bowl. Should be the Heisman winner after Saturday night. We all know it. Give me Alabama. Nick Saban sold his soul to the devil a long time ago. I think Georgia doesn't even make the college football playoff if they don't win this football game. Give me Alabama, and they go on to the college football playoff.
Viewers, this is called Stockholm Syndrome, what you're seeing out of Mike here. And also, let's not poor old Alabama. They literally have the most talented conference in the nation. Next up, or talented roster, Big Ten, Michigan, and Iowa. What did I say yesterday, Mike? You don't get into a rock fight with a golem, okay? And J.J. McCarthy kind of sucks right now, and Kirk Ferentz has the magic. He's going to drag Michigan to hell with him, and Iowa is going to lose. Michigan wins.
Yeah, I mean, you have to pick Michigan here, but if Iowa does pull off the upset here, we have to wonder if maybe the sign stealing stuff, what impact that had. Give me Michigan, but I'm going to have some big questions if Iowa wins it.
And then finally, ACC Championship, Louisville, Florida State. Maybe some news that Tate Rodemaker could be out. I'm still riding with FSU. Team of Destiny, more complete team.
Give me Louisville, upset special.
Wow. Well, judging how your picks went this year, I feel really good. Seminoles, congratulations on your playoff spot. Still to come. We'll get into some Saban, Saban on disrespect. What impact can the SEC title game have on the next college football playoff rankings coming up Sunday? We'll bring it down next.
I think that the SEC is one of the best conferences in the country. I think Georgia is one of the best teams in the country, and I think that they're one of the best 4 teams in the country. I think if we beat them, we'd be one of the best 4 teams in the country, because, you know, teams do, there's a transformation that goes through the season. So how are you playing now? Where is your team now? How good are you now? I think all those things, you know, come into play. But I think it would be a disrespect to the SEC if there is an SEC representation in the Final Four. I do believe that.
Welcome back here to Rivals Down South. And Mike, you know, it's interesting. Nothing Nick Saban said was untrue, right? But in a limited playoff scenario, you have to let the action on the field be the ultimate arbiter. And so even though it's absurd, even though it's crazy, at the end of the day, if Florida State's undefeated and if Texas and Alabama have the same record, but Texas has that T-Town win, I got to give the nod to the other schools. And I think you could see the SEC be left out, even though he's right. I mean, both Georgia and Alabama are 2 of the best 4 teams in the nation. But that's not how this works, Mike.
Get the hell out of here with that. To be the man, you got to beat the man. Right now, Georgia is the man, number 1, back-to-back champs. If Bama knocks them off, I don't care what happened 3 months ago, T-Pop. Put Alabama in the playoff. Heck, I would even put Georgia in there if it's a close game because I think they're 2 of the 4 best teams in the country. This playoff is not legitimate without an SEC team.
Mike, are you auditioning for AL.com? Is that what's going on here? Are you? I mean, where are you moving to? I know you moved out the woods, but are you moving to Tuscaloosa? I mean, what's going on here, bro? No, look, the bottom line. This is why the football has to matter. Okay, screw your eye test. Your eye test told me Michigan was going to beat TCU last year. What happened there? Not even a good TCU team. Okay, it's been a very fun week. Rivals coming back next week. We'll see you then. Enjoy championship weekend, my friends.
Yes, you're in the right place at the right time. Welcome to Inside the Association, and I'm your host, Cam Smith, coming to you from the Stadium Studio in the great city of Chicago. Hey, it's the real Friday. We are here, and you know we had to send you into the weekend right with a look and kind of conversation on what's going to happen and what's in store for us across the association. So, you know, in order to do that, I have to welcome in my guy, Harrison Sanford, host over at MSG Networks. Harrison, how you feeling on this Friday, man?
I'm not doing too well, Cam. I'm not doing too well at all, actually. I'll explain in a moment when you get to the top story. I'll explain.
All right, man. With that said, what a difference 48 hours makes. And we're talking about the Chicago Bulls to start off this Friday edition. And if you follow me on Twitter, you know I had you ready for this. So after letting the Celtics run up the score on Tuesday, the Bulls put some respect back on their name after a very dramatic and weird comeback win versus the Milwaukee Bucks in the United Center last night. Now, fans were treated to some extra basketball after Alex Caruso put on his cape and hit the game-tying three as time expired in regulation. Now, those heroics helped power the Bulls in overtime to beat Milwaukee and erase a 5-game losing streak. Now, Harrison, here we go, because you know a couple of days